Today's episode is brought to you by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is out there giving you that good food delivered right to your door. Also, today we're brought to you... What was that? Good food.
Right to your door, yes.
Don't know what that was. Also, today we're brought to you by Ritual. Ritual is going to give you those vitamins, the vitamins is what I mean, that will help you and your growing body. Or if you're just old, keep that body from falling apart.
I think you need him right now.
Oh. Let's jump into this podcast. Hello, everybody. It's time for Jesse and Crendor.
Jesse and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4 hour recording studio. Recording. Wake your ass up. It's up. Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a exciting episode of Jesse and Crendor in the morning.
Hey, it's pretty exciting.
Oh, hello. Why is it exciting? What do you mean? You mean the podcast or just life?
I don't know. You said welcome to another exciting episode. I said, yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Look, I have to say that in order to hype myself up.
Well, that means sometimes you lie to us.
No, I've never lied. It's always been, every one of these has been exciting. How dare you? Every one. Every single one.
There's a couple in there. I don't know if you were truly excited.
Oh, I was very excited. The most excited. I'm excited right now.
That's true.
I'm like, man, I'm all bug bit.
Bug bit?
I got bug bites all over me, yeah.
Did you, we talked about that the other week. Did you get the bug bite stuff?
So here's the thing, I did, but I wasn't prepared this time. I was invited to lunch, and in my mind I was like, oh, lunch, that won't be a thing. And when I got there, I realized it was one of those like, hey, I'm trying to set you up with one of my friends kind of things. So it was not only just a nice place, but it was also a nice place outside. And so it was one of those we're going to sit around and talk for a while kind of vibes. And I just was short-sleeved, and my elbows and my wrists and like this, I knew something was up because there was a fly who was awfully like, hey dude, what are you doing? It looks like you're eating over here. You want me to come eat too? And so, after I left, I felt fine, but woke up the next day and I have like 3 bug bites on my elbow, 1 right on my wrist, and on my other arm I have 2 other bug bites. This guy snacked. He went to town on me.
You sure it was the fly or the mosquito?
I'm gonna say it was something. I didn't see mosquitoes. I just saw 1 fly. And here's the thing. If I have to blame him for something mosquitoes did, that is, you know what? I feel bad for that, but someone has to take the fall. It's got to be one of them.
That's true. Somebody does.
Yeah. So that was, but it was the least of my problems, we'll say, because I have a problem that whenever I go out, especially if it's someone that I may or may not be interested in, I always end up ordering less to eat than I normally would because I feel like we're going to be doing a lot of talking, and so I don't want to sit there and but at the same time, it's a lie. That's a lie. I want that hamburger, but right now I'm about to order like the fancy salad soiree or whatever, and that's not helpful. That's a lie. That's a lie. I want that burger, but I'm going to sit here and get this dumbass food because I'm trying to be like, well, I don't want to have juice running down my face and stuff. And I'm like, you want to kiss me later, baby? I don't know. I live a lie is what I'm saying. Story of my life.
I mean, I used to order the same things everywhere. And now I've hit that point where I try the crazy stuff. Like stuff you're never going to make.
What do you consider crazy?
Like on par with the stuff I ate at like Alinea. Like if it's got like, they're like, this is and I'm like, I don't even know what that is, but I'll try it.
Yeah, if you can't say it or pronounce it, you're in. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it depends on how I'm feeling too. Sometimes that, but then sometimes you're just like, whatever, just give me the cheeseburger, please.
Well, I like to keep it simple. I don't want anything too crazy. Also, when I say cheeseburgers, I don't. A lot of times people are trying to put mayo and stuff on, but I'm not a big mayo person.
Yeah, I like mayo, but not a lot. I don't want to just taste mayo. It's got to be like maybe on the bun lightly, Just a little bit.
Sometimes I just rather have like a BLT.
People put mayo on BLTs too, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the only I was trying to think. That's probably the only time I want mayo. But even then, I want like spread it on like just a thin layer of butter, if you know what I mean. Like like barely, just like across that toast.
I feel like a lot of people do that, where it's like they get something and then they just douse it in sauce. And it's like
much.
That's all
it's
you
too
taste.
much for me.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Like, why even get it if you're just gonna put that much sauce on? I know somebody would be like, I'll eat it however I want, but then you can just eat it. You can get anything and just put the sauce on it.
I will say, depending on if it's like hot sauce or like a dipping sauce, that's different. Suddenly the world changes. If it's like a dipping sauce, I'll dip the hell out of whatever I'm eating. I'll be like right in there.
I feel like sauces are there to like amplify the food. Like if you dip in the sauce, you're like, ooh, that made it taste better. But you're not just tasting sauce. You're like it's like pairing up with it well.
Sure. I think anything that comes out the other side where like when you add too much mayo, it has a taste that just doesn't do it for. Like if it tastes good, I'll do it. But if it's like if it don't taste good, I ain't gonna do it. It's that simple, really.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense. I mean, that could be said for anything. Somebody could, like, douse their thing in sauce and be like, tastes good.
I mean, here's the thing. When we were at that restaurant, that chickpea hummus, whatever the hell thing I got, was delicious. It was very, very good. I wasn't sad that I got it. I was ashamed that I, once again, fell for the whole thing of, like, well, oh, boy. I'm going to have to talk to people, which means I'm going to probably do most of the talking here, so I'm not going to eat a bunch.
Yeah, but then you're sacrificing your enjoyment of the food so that there's no awkward silence.
Well, that's why most of the time when I go to enjoy food, I go with people I'm comfortable with.
I see.
So I know that I can be like, look, I'm going to get this steak, and I'm going to get it made with, like, the tears of dolphins or whatever the hell.
Those are the best ones.
Yeah, right. Like happy tears though, not sad. Like happy dolphin tears are worth way more.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, and then that kind of stuff. That I'm fine with. I like doing that with friends because you can like experience it and you're all there to eat together.
Right.
But I suffer from the oh boy, I gotta try to impress a girl. All right, and at the same time figure out if she's like, are we gonna do this again? So,
I mean. Well, what happened? Are you gonna do it again?
No clue.
Well,
no. I mean, I'll be real. The conversation was going fine, but it was like a group thing, right? And she was talking about how she wants to open a bakery, and admittedly, very good cook. I was blown away by like the photos and stuff. I was like, damn, okay. But then she was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do it here or in Montana or somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. And I was like, what? So it was like, and then it was very obvious that all my other friends at the table were like, oh, you should definitely do it here. Wink, 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 wink. And I was like, just let this girl live her life. Like, y'all trying to set her up with me. If she wants to go to Montana to like do whatever she wants to do, let her do that. Like, let her follow her dreams. Everyone's like, but what if you stayed here though? But what if you stayed here? And I'm like, oh boy.
And then she started singing Kelly Clarkson terribly.
Here's the thing. If that would have happened, that would have been the end of it. I would have been like, excuse me. Someone's going to have to wrap up my weird chickpea strange hummus creation that they made for me. And I'm going to go now. Yeah.
Speaking of interactions, did you see that Logan Paul thing?
What Logan Paul thing?
Oh my god. So Logan Paul was like walking back from like a, what do you call it? I don't know, just some event. And this dude like vlogged himself on or like TikToked himself, and he's like, I just quit my job making $100,000 a year. I'm 22 years old and I'm gonna go ask Logan Paul for a job. So he like sneaks backstage.
Whoa! Time out. Someone can make $100,000 at 22.
That's what everybody's saying. They're like, why is he doing it? He's making $100,000 at 22. But he's
okay,
like,
sure.
So pretty much he quits his job. I don't know what he does. He just says he quit his $100,000 a year job for whatever reason.
Sounds like he was in finance. If you're getting $100,000 at 22, you're in like finance or some nonsense.
Oh yeah. So I think the quote in the thing is he says he wants to act. That's what he wants. He wants to be an actor. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yep. You and a million other people. So he goes backstage, Like, he sneaks backstage. Nobody knows how he did it. He just gets back there. And Logan Paul's just like, who the shit are you? And he's like, hey, I got backstage. And he's like, did you sneak back here? And he's like, no, I didn't. And he's like, well, how'd you get back here? And he's like, you snuck back here, didn't you? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, all right, well, what are you good at? And he's like, I got what it takes. And then he's like, well, wait, what? And the dude's just like, I want to act, and what I got? And he's like, what are you good at? You good at anything? He's like, I don't know. And then he's like, well, why would I give you a job then if you don't know what you're good at? And he's like, I quit my job, and like, I want to act, and it's just, and then he's just like, dude, like, just go do your own thing. You got friends, right? And he's like, I don't got friends. And he's like, come on, like, everybody's got friends. And he's like, I don't got friends. I just, and then he's like, I think he ended up saying, like, I can't be your mentor because, like, I need a mentor. Like, I'm dumb and I need someone to mentor me. So how can I mentor someone else? And he's like, I don't know. And then he, like, goes back and he, like, cries in his car or something.
I can't figure out why. I mean, like, I get why people do dumb stuff. And they're like, if I just take a chance on this, right? That's most of life. If you just take one stupid chance. But also, if you're making $100,000, take a vacation, take a weekend off, go to see him, ask him, and then quit.
Right.
I can't figure out why he quit before. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
People do the same thing with, like, Twitch streaming and YouTube. Like, quit my job. I got to go full-time YouTube Twitch. And it's like, maybe you should, like, try it first as, like, a hobby. And then see how it goes, right? And then maybe you can make the decision.
I don't know how to describe to anyone. I didn't quit my job to start doing internet stuff full time. I was let go.
Yeah.
I was like I was very kindly fired. Right?
Yeah.
Like I had nothing. I had to sell everything I owned and then move home with my parents for a year. That wasn't like a cool choice I made that like set me on the right path. I was literally so bored, I started making internet videos for fun.
And that's what I did too. I mean, I was just going to community college, and I was like, man, I wonder if there's something else I can do. And I just started making my dumb WoW videos as a hobby. And then I was like, maybe this will go somewhere, but if it doesn't, then whatever, I'm having fun. And then, it grows. And then I feel like the big thing is a lot of the people like this guy, they quit their job and they're like, I know what I'll do. I'm going to go to him. He's this big star. He'll hire me. I'll, make network connections and I'll get big. But what they don't realize is that it's like a scale. Like, if you want something from somebody and you're offering nothing, like, why would they want to hire you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if, like back when we were starting, it's like I didn't go to TB and go, hey, TB, can I be on the podcast? I literally don't do anything, but I'd like to be on it. I was like, hey, look, I make a bunch of WoW videos and here's some stuff and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, these are pretty funny. I'll bring you on. Like, you're offering something. Like, hey, here's my resume. You have like a resume to show, essentially. This dude's just like, I quit my job. And he's like, what are you good at? And he's like, I don't know. Well, then, yeah, it's dumb.
And there's more to it because it's also about friendship. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, if I just hang out with you enough, I become your friend. But it's so much more complicated than that. And it's really hard to describe to people because for many people, they already see you as a friend because you're in their life so much and so often.
Well, I would say even, like, there's one thing of, like, being friendly with people and being like, oh, what's up? Like, thanks, like, fans and viewers or everything. Be like, hey, thanks for, it's not, you'd be like, get away from me, right? That's not like that. It's like you're being polite to people and everything, but it's once somebody you talk to them like, all right, hey, thanks for, stopping by, watching the show, whatever. And then they're like, hey, you want to hang out after this? That's when it's like, no. Because then it starts pushing the boundaries of it.
No, I'm always in.
Well, I always called you the lighthouse of social activity. It's like you just shine around. You're like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And you're like attracting people from all over. Like, look, there's Jesse. He's the social guy.
I can't stop myself. I'm just like, I'm convinced this is all going to end eventually. And so I'm just like, I got to get my time in now while I can. So when people are like, dude, can I buy you a drink? I'm like, yes, you can.
Well,
you very much can buy me a drink.
Speaking of,
and it's probably like, it should be a no-no. People are like, don't do that, dude. That's parasocial. I'm like, yeah, but like, I'm about to get me a pair of drinks.
I thought you were about to do a D's nuts joke.
And a pair of these nuts. No one's getting these nuts.
Especially not if you like Kelly Clarkson and sing it terribly. I was gonna say there's like the in a lot of sports there's the coaching trees, and it's like coaches stem from the coaching trees. Or it was like there's Mike Holmgren, and then like Andy Reid and John Gruden stem from that, and then other coaches stem from that. There's like all these things. It's like the same with entertainment thing. Like think of like TB, and like it's me and you and Dodger kind of stem from like TB. And then, like it keeps branching out. Like just think of a big streamer and think of how many people you know from that big streamer, and then how many people from that streamer. It like trickles down.
It does suck that everything is business, but it is a job.
Yeah.
So, and that's why frequently I'll be like, hey, does anyone want to hang out and not talk about our jobs? Does anyone just want to like not work? And and here's the problem. Everyone says yes, but when it comes time to do it, no one does.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and that's what sucks the most about this industry.
That is very true, yeah. Because I mean, for a lot of people, that is their life, is their job.
Yeah, especially doing this, because there's so, and I think it has to do not only with the fact that it takes so much time to do it, but also the fact that for a lot of people, the parasocial shit is what gets them through. The idea of I don't need to be in a solid relationship, or I don't need friends when I can log on to the internet and talk to a bunch of literal strangers truthfully and get the same emotional feedback as I would if I were with my real friends.
Yeah.
And then and when they get there with their like in-person friends, then they'll just play games or record a thing or like do stuff to promote themselves more. And I'm like, what if we don't do any of that?
I think you've also seen,
that's why
seen recently with a lot of people abusing that quite frequently.
Yes. Yeah. Which is why I like hanging out with you, because you don't ever want to do anything related to anything work.
Oh, yeah. I already said when people are like even in stream, people like, hey, Crendor, want to play a game? I'm like, I'm trying to get rid of friends. Actively, like, I've got too many friends. You think I don't even got time for all of them. I got to get rid of some. Dodger, she's gone. I was kidding.
Oh my
she's
god,
not gone.
I mean, like she's got a kid now.
She's got a kid, but
she's gone herself.
Yeah.
She's removed herself from the equation.
Exactly, but it's all this thing. It also made me realize I barely even play as many games as I used to, and when I do play games, I'm like streaming them and working, and I think that's because I've now tied those things together in a way. Unless there's like
absolutely
some gay, like sometimes I'll play a Magic draft or like a new game comes out and I play it a decent amount, but like I would say for the most part 80% of the time I'm playing video games, it's on stream or for a video.
Sure, I'm the exact same way. I can't even lie. Every time anything happens, people are like, hey, have you checked out this new game? I'm like, I have not had the time to play it. And they're like, what? You only streamed 3 hours yesterday. I was like, you are correct. And the other however many hours that I was awake, I did anything but play video games.
I'm like, what if
I did everything but play video games?
What if I built some Warhammer? What if I went for a walk? What if I went to the gym? What if I just didn't sit in front of a computer?
On the flip side, because I know someone in the audience is going to be like, well, what's the positive of this conversation? Like, you're telling us don't talk to you about this shit? Here's the flip side. One of my current editors. Also, I mean, like, Mari is lovely, wonderful, has been a longtime fan. Hired him not even knowing he was a fan, which is even funnier. So Mari got me. But he didn't do the thing where he was like, I'm a huge fan. He literally applied. When we were looking for an editor, he applied and brought a resume. And I was like, this guy's great.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Like professional.
And then he was like, I've been a fan for a while. I'm like, you son of a gun, right?
Yeah. Or even think of like Dan. Dan, our animator, literally just made an animation for us, and we were like, "Dude, this is fun. Do you want to make more?"
We were like, "This is great."
Like he didn't.
And then he started
like,
making more.
Yeah, he didn't come to us like, "Guys, I really want to make this." He just made it, and we were like, "Dude, this is funny," and he's like, "Neat."
Yeah, and at the time we had several animators who were making stuff for us, and all of them were very, very good. But he was the only one who kept doing it. And eventually I was like, "Can I pay you to make more?" And he was like, "Yes." And that was it. And now he works for me. Like, and another one of the editors that I've hired on, and she's doing big ideas in gaming, and she's doing some of the other like bigger projects that I have. Her thing literally was like, "Hey, I want to make like fan animations for you. Is it cool if I make fan videos?" I was like, "Yeah, go nuts." And then so she started just making stuff for fun. And I was like, this is actually really well done. Would you be interested in doing this side thing? And then we like tested a bunch of stuff out and it was great. Like it's about looking, again, I think this is kind of what Logan Paul was after. Like, hey, what can you do? And it isn't like being mean. It's like, what do you do that I could use? Yeah. Because a lot of time people are like, when Dodger and I made the video game company, a lot of people reached out like, hey, I'm a dev, or hey, I'm a lawyer, or hey, I'm an accountant. Like, can I come work for you? And I was like, dude, I would love that. However, I need none of that right now. Like, I can't pay you because you wouldn't be doing anything, right? But like, let me keep this off to the side just in case one day we do need that. But like, for now, don't put all those eggs in the Jesse basket. And it's one of those things where if I could hire every person, I would. But I simply cannot because I don't have anything for you to do, right?
Yeah.
It's
because he doesn't even say what he wants to do. The guy's like, I want to act, I want to do these things. Like, what does that even mean? Like it's clear he doesn't know what he wants to do. I know what he wants is he wants to get popular and famous and make a bunch of money with Logan Paul. That's what he wants to do, but that's not a thing you can do.
Yeah, he's 22 and he probably looks up to Logan Paul. He sees his life, he sees everything he does, and he wants to be a part of that. And shit, I want to be a part of that. Everyone wants to be a part of being a millionaire who like has no rules in his life and can do whatever they want.
I don't.
Everyone wants that. Well, except for Crendor.
Yeah, I don't want to be a part of that. It's too much.
But you simply have to understand that from our end, like, if I want to bring you along on the adventure, what are you going to do? All right? Like, I'm working, X number of hours a day, anywhere from 8 at the low end to like 14, 16 hours a day doing stuff. So while I'm working, how are you going to help alleviate my workload? Right? That's what I think about. And so when someone comes along and I see they have like amazing editing skills, they don't just say like, hey, I'm a good editor. They'll like just do stuff and post it and link me. And I'm like, oh my God, guys, that was hilarious. Like a great example is the shirt we're selling at the Scary Game Squad live show is one that a fan was like, hey, I want to make this shirt. Here's my little like stencil thing. I think you guys would love this. And I was like, oh my God, I will gladly pay for you to keep working on this. And the shirt's done and it looks hilarious. And I don't want to spoil anything, but it is perfect. And it's like that kind of thing where, I appreciate his go get him attitude of like, I'm going to show up, I'm going to do this thing. But then he had no further plan after that. Like, I would be impressed if you're like, dude, I snuck back here and I like want to show you that like I have the ability to like get stuff done.
Yeah.
Here's what I can do. But instead he was like, I have the ability to get stuff done. And Logan Paul was like what? And the dude's like, I don't know. Like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, like at least have like something planned out. It's a part of me thinks this is the type of person where they didn't get told no very often growing up. Like, I want candy, they get candy. I want this, they get this. So they're like, I want to be a YouTube TikTok person. They go and then they get shut down and they're like, I can't think. I guess I'm confused about, because in my mind I think he's in finance, right? And so probably like some sort of hedge fund, day trader, something. Isn't the whole point of that you're supposed to be like able to wheel and deal? How did he not plan for the, how did he not think ahead? How am I going to sell myself to this dude? How am I going to, what am I going to bring to the table for him that he's then going to want to work with me? Because at the end of the day, it's his money. So Logan Paul, when he thinks in his head, he's doing that thing where it's, you have to balance it in your mind, and everyone does this all the time. If you look at two lines at the grocery store and one line's a little shorter, you're going to always go to the shorter one because you're balancing the wait time, right? And everything like that. And so in Logan Paul's mind, he's balancing the money in my pocket. Do I want to keep it? Versus what does this guy bring to the table? And if you don't bring enough to the table that he thinks it's worth his time and money to even talk to you, then it's not going to happen. Because the dude is like, he's got stuff to do. And I understand that it's your dream, but that also feels like there's this new trend. I don't know what it is, but I think it's very funny, where people seem to think they're like the main character. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah.
A lot of people, especially a lot of young people, have this vibe of like, I'm the main character in my story, and you're all side characters. And I'm like, dude, I hate to break it to you, everyone's a side character. Ain't nobody the main character in this story, unless
Honestly,
you're like president.
I love it. I think being a side character is great. I think everything I do, I feel like I'm a side character, and I think it's fantastic.
Someone once called us the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of the internet.
I don't know what that means.
Exactly. I just wanted you to know. I would love for you to go look that up, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, and just appreciate that I totally agree. 100% agree with them. I'm convinced you and I are just in the background of everything, and always have been, and are just like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah, I know, this is bad. Yeah.
Part of me also thought this guy might have did this as like a stunt, where like everybody saw this and now they go check him out, and now he's like trying to, ride that kind of shock popularity.
I mean, but if it was a stunt, I would have, based on your description, I haven't seen the video, but based on your description, I would imagine I would go in a little more prepared. If I'm going to film it all and film myself getting rejected.
I mean,
right? Wouldn't you try to at least make it?
He has 69 in his name, all right? His name.
Never mind. Never mind.
His name has 69 in it, so that's.
You should have opened with that. This changes everything. You should have opened with that. Here I am trying to figure out like what's going on with this situation, and this guy, he already lost going in. He is over for him.
Man, so yeah, that's a thing.
Certainly is. It certainly is a thing. Well, you know what else is a thing?
What?
That's terrible.
Beautiful.
It's very bad. HelloFresh is a thing. HelloFresh is pre-measured ingredients, mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it is America's #1 meal kit. Fall is approaching. Oh my God, is it almost fall is approaching? Yeah, that's true. Whew. But HelloFresh recipes can save you time for your meal planning, shopping, chopping, whatever, when it comes to things like getting back to school, college. It's happening. I've been watching game day footage of all the college kids in the crowd jumping, right? Like I saw Virginia Tech, and yeah. And the kids are back. They're back to school, and if you're one of them kids, meal planning is huge, especially if you're in college. That's big time plays. It's, not that freshman stuff. We're not talking about freshman dorm life. We're talking like you're a junior, you're over it, you're just trying to make it through, like that kind of, HelloFresh offers family-friendly menus for those of you who are way out of college and you got kids of your own, and you're like, well, my kids aren't going to want like a soufflé bon coupon. You know what I mean? They're going to want like chicken fingers. They can do that. HelloFresh can do that with family-friendly menus, back-to-school season items with like, delicious, easy-to-follow recipes, drama-free dinners, that kind of stuff. And more importantly, HelloFresh is over 30% cheaper than just shopping at the grocery store. They have pre-portioned ingredients that ensure you won't spend money on excess food that, let's be real, there's a study, and it is true, that most of the food bought at grocery stores ends up in the trash. People buy it, they eat like a third of it, and then they throw it away, and that's just super wasteful. Whenever I've ordered HelloFresh, it shows up, it is nice and chilled, I throw it in the fridge, and then, the smallest one they have is for 2, I am but 1, and so what I do is I'll make it and then save half of it for the next day, is what I tell myself. Sometimes it's so good I'll just eat the whole damn thing, and I don't even care. I'll be like, that was delicious. And because you're making it yourself, not only does it, people talk about this all the time, I never believe them, but cooking is relaxing. And sometimes you're just there chopping and cooking, and you get like, caught up in the moment of not having to worry about anything but like measurements and sizzle and like, fat. It's great. Sometimes it's great to just shut everything down and do that. And HelloFresh allows you the opportunity in your own home. So if you want to get in on this, if you want to have your little moment of zen, if you want to order something that will actually be good for you and that you can make and you can see what goes into it, if you want to get that meal planning set up or like get some good food for them kids, all you got to do right now is go to HelloFresh.com/Cox14 and use code Cox14 for up to 14 free meals and free shipping. That's right. So when you order, it's going to give you like extra bonus 14 meals to your main order. It isn't like, here's 14 meals free. It's like, it's added on to it. All you got to do is go to HelloFresh.com/Cox14 and use code Cox14 for 14 free meals. That's HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Also today we're brought to you by Ritual. Ritual is the vitamin that I use every single day. I am so thrilled by how it makes me feel. Like I get like jazzed. I am not a big vitamin taker, or at least I wasn't. But now every single day, and it's all because of Ritual. Ritual is the vitamin that allows us to know what we're putting in our bodies. And we all deserve to know that, right? Especially now. I mean, there are so many people on the internet who are like, what's going in my body? You figure those people would love this. Ritual is clean, vegan friendly. It's a multivitamin formulated with high quality ingredients and bioavailable forms that your body can actually use. You're not going to find sugars, GMOs, major allergens, synthetic fillers, artificial colors, none of that. And it has a fresh taste, and it's in a little capsule that you can see like right on in there. And it smells like peppermint when you open it up. It's very good. I love it. I take 2 in the morning when I drink my coffee, and it sets me right. And you don't think about it until you have some days where you just like forget. If I go out of town and I forget to bring my vitamins with me, by day 3 I'm like, I feel like I'm missing some essential nutrients. It's exactly verbatim what I say. Ritual is made in ways that you know where everything's coming from. It has a one-of-a-kind visible supply chain. You can see where things come from. It'll literally tell you where each of the vitamins in your supplement is coming from. It's available for women, men, teens. Ritual multivitamins are scientifically developed to help support your different stages of life. Your multivitamins are delivered to your door every month with free shipping. Always. You can start, snooze, or cancel your subscription at any time. And if you don't love Ritual, within your first month, they will refund your first order. Get those nutrients without all the BS. Ritual's offering you right now 10% off your first 3 months. All you gotta do is visit ritual.com/Cox to start your Ritual today. That's Ritual, RITUAL.com/Cox. Start your Ritual today. All right, let's go to traffic with Crendor. How's that traffic out there?
It's traffic time. Well, I thought I'd take this traffic report time to report on that rhino that I've been shaking at the end of the episode. Now, that rhino, that's a Beanie Baby. That's a Beanie Baby rhino. And you may remember those from the mid-90s. I'm going to let you know about this guy right here. His name is... Hold on. Spike. He was born August 13th, 1996. Spike the Rhino likes to stampede. He's the bruiser that you need, gentle to birds on his back. And Spike, you can be his friend if you like. That's a rhyme. Back to you.
Thanks, Crendor. Beanie Babies suck. They suck.
What?
They suck.
That's not true.
I worked at McDonald's. The 1 year that I worked at McDonald's was the year that Beanie Babies, you could buy them at McDonald's. And it was hell. It was hell on earth.
Yeah.
Truly one of the worst things that ever happened. That was devil times.
You just got like some kid just wants to get their like McDonald's toy. Like, I can't wait to get my thing. And some mom's like, give me everything.
That's what it was. Never kids. It was always older women, and they were always like, do you have Barry the Bear? And we'd be like, ma'am, we're not actually allowed to look through and decide which ones you get. It's random with each Happy Meal. And they'd be like, what if I gave you $5? And we'd have to be like, ma'am, we're aware that Barry the Bear sells online for several hundred. We cannot take your money. And she's like, you sons of bitches, you're the worst. And she like yell at us and be like, come again, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, I have all the sympathy in the world for every single person who works in fast food or in any service job anywhere. If I show up and you're like, the cashier, but you're on your phone, I'm not gonna be like, I will literally be like, it's okay, finish. I can wait. I'm in no rush.
No, I'm
it's
like
fine.
That too.
I'm like, dude.
I'd be doing the same thing if I was in their position.
Yes. I'd be like, I wouldn't want to deal with anyone either. Trust me, I get it. Don't worry. I've been there. That sucks. This job sucks. No one's paying you well. There's a reason why you see people online being like, Chick-fil-A the other day was like, we have to close down Chick-fil-A stores because no one wants to work. And I was like, really? No one wants to be paid $7 an hour to like be told their chicken is not cooked well enough? Like, get out of town.
And then be like, what do they say? My pleasure. That's what they say.
Yes.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
My pleasure. No.
My pleasure.
No. People don't want to do that. That's a sucky job. Fast food is a sucky job.
Dude, you can get all the McDonald's Beanie Babies on eBay now for $9.
Yes, like all things, like Star Wars Episode 1 toys and Beanie Babies, everything that was like collectible in the late 90s was not actually collectible, ever.
Oh,
ever.
yeah. Because everybody collected so much money got it.
Yeah.
So, like, if everybody's got it, it's not rare.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Everyone tried to collect it, and they were like, in 20 years, it'll be worth a ton. Well, here's the thing. In 30, it was worth nothing.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I remember the Happy Meal bag, because I'd get the Happy Meal, because I didn't actually care. I like the Beanie Babies, but, like, you know, I wanted my Happy Meal. There was the colored worm. He had, like, blue, purple, green, orange, yellow. He's a little worm guy. Then there was the koala, and then there's the penguin. The elephant? Oh my God, I remember. I'd probably pay like $8 to get them all.
To get them all, I wouldn't do any of that. What I would do is if they brought back the McDonald's Pizza Happy Meal. Oh my God, I'd get on that in a heartbeat.
That's something I would not get. No.
I still think about that. Here's the thing. I don't remember how it tasted. I don't remember how it tasted at all. But what I do know is that song stuck in my head 30 years later. As a kid, it's a Pizza Happy Meal with pepperoni and cheese. I still think about it.
Oh, yeah, that one.
I still think about it, and I can't not. You know what it is? It looks like the pizzas that if you went to like a ball game or a movie theater, and they have pizza on the menu, and you order the movie theater pizza. That's what it looks like.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It looks exactly like that. But it was McDonald's pizzas, and I don't remember. It was a weird time. The 90s were a weird time. Everyone was happy, but at the same time, it was like weird.
Yeah, it was something. I'm glad I got to live in the 90s, though. That was like, I feel like I got to live the last of the the last of that era. Now we swapped to like the millennia area, like more of the technological area. I can't even. Listen, I'm from the 90s. My brain's old.
Yeah, well, we don't owe anyone an explanation. we owe no one nothing. All I'm saying is, as an 80s baby, I grew up in a time where everyone, like, America was full of itself in the 80s. And then the 90s hit, and they were like, what if we make new Coke? And what if we, like, make weird-ass movies where robots are trying to kill people, and then, like, guys time travel. It was a weird time. It was a weird time. And they were like, what if we make a drink that is too much caffeine? And we make candy that hurts your mouth? Like that kind of era.
And then the Ninja Turtles, like, promoted.
Yeah. It was this crazy time where it's like, what if there were turtles that were also ninjas and teenagers? And everyone's like, that's an amazing idea. And, that happened. And then, 2000, everyone was terrified of the end of the world. And then 2001, everything went to shit. And then we spent the last 20 years in a war, and we, as a country, have just gotten further and further crazy. So, but hey, I had a good run at least. I was doing pretty good.
I had a fun time,
Yeah, my early teens were great. Let me tell you, being a 13-year-old was awesome.
That's the traffic.
All right, let's go to weather.
Let's see. I need to see the last episode to find a weather. Let's see. Somebody's gonna recommend something. Here it is. Somebody said do the weather for Sop Choppy, Florida, home of the annual Worm Gruntin Festival.
Sop Choppy?
Sop Choppy, Florida.
That is a place. I'm looking at it right.
Wow, there it is. Sop Choppy.
Oh, I don't like I see the worm. I see this guy with a bunch of worms, and I don't like it. Don't like it one bit.
It's got worms on the inside and outside. Sop Choppy, Florida, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. High of 86, low 72, 84% humidity, 29.93 inches of pressure, 9-mile visibility, 2-mile-an-hour winds, 74 on the dew point, 0 out of 10 on the UV index, and the moon phase is a waning crescent. The 10-day is 88 on Monday, mostly sunny. 87 on Tuesday, PM thunderstorms. Wednesday, you got scattered thunderstorms, 83. Same thing on Thursday. Friday, 87 with AM thunderstorms. And Saturday, AM showers, 87. So who would have guessed it? It's rainy, sunny, and hot in Florida.
Man, looking at photos of Sop Choppy, it reminds me, you know, that in like the murder mystery, that town in a murder mystery where it's like a little unsettling. People are definitely in the swamp. Yeah,
oh
that's
my
what it
God,
reminds
you're
me
right.
of.
It does look like that, like swampy, like Jason the Killer lives there. Some shit.
Even the
like it's
city
right
hall
by
has
his
the vibe
fishing
of
line.
like they're covering it up.
It does.
Like
It's
the
like
city, they know. The city hall knows. The people there, they know.
It's the what was that? The movie with Nick Cage and the animatronics that the police department.
Yes.
It
Yes.
reminds me of that.
Here's another thing that I just found out.
All right.
We're too late, but I wonder if we could so Sop Choppy has a 4th of July sponsorship opportunity where at the parades and things they have sponsors. And I wonder if for 2022, because the sponsorship packages are Sparkler sponsor, $100, text recognition on a sponsor board, Firecracker sponsor is you text recognition and print ads, Red, White, and Blue is you get verbal recognition on radio ads, but if we were to spend $1,000, we could have a Cox and Crendor logo banner posted during the event and have them talk about us on the radio.
That's a steal.
That pays for itself, really.
It does.
4th of July brought to you by Cox and Crendor. They think our towns where murders happen.
Old Sop Choppy, Florida.
Now, I also typed in Worm Gruntin Festival.
Yes.
It's Worm Gruntin, no G,
Right.
wormgruntinfestival.com. And the top image is 3 sexually provocative worms.
Oh my God. Worm Gruntin. I gotta see this.
They have 3 worms, and they are in bikinis with top hats, except one's top hat is like not on its head. It's also, these worms have hands.
Oh my God, you're right. What the shit?
And what's worse is that one of the worm's arms is like a little too long. Like just a little, it like goes up and around a body. It's terrible. And then you scroll down, you see like the image that I imagine one of the murderers in town did before they killed all the people in this photo.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's some stuff here. Oh, what the there's some weird pictures and art from this Worm Gruntin Festival.
I have some. All right. Here's the thing. I could have sworn the Worm Gruntin Festival was like a thing from like 1826 where worms were, but it's celebrating our 20th anniversary. This is a post 2000 thing. This is the year 2000 hit Stop Chopping hard. They're like, what if we hang out with worms? I wonder if we could get our podcast on. Like, look at all these. If you scroll down on the sponsors, Festival 5K sponsors, you scroll down. At the very bottom is Edward Brown and Associates. That's like a blurry ass image. If that can get on there, we need Cox and Crendor logo.
Oh yeah. No, that would be fantastic. I would love if there's something we got to sponsor. This is it.
I would be so proud to sponsor the Worm Gruntin Festival.
It looks like it's in April, so I mean, we could get that. We can get
Become a
that done.
sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what are the? Oh my God! All right, corporate sponsor, $400 donation, Includes display. That's cheaper than the 4th of July festival. Includes display of your corporate banner or signage at the race registration table. Your logo on the back of race T-shirts.
Oh my God.
Acknowledgement in the Wakula News. Verbal. Can we just make up a company and call it like Jimbo's Worm Emporium? We love worms. Oh my God. And then we get 4 Worm Gruntin Festival T-shirts. Oh my God.
That's 2 more than we need. Give
Let's
Toaster
back
Woman
up.
one.
We'll have backup Worm Gruntin shirts.
Yeah, I'll give Toaster Woman 1, so that's 3, and then we can give one out to somebody.
Oh my God. This is... I want to do this. Would they let us do this? They're going to look up this episode and be like, you said our town is where people got murdered.
No, you think they care? If they're getting money, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, we'll throw in a little extra for them. Be like, you know what? Yeah. Ignore the podcast. We want to be on shirts. Oh my God. This is 1 week before the date of the festival is the cutoff for vendors. Vendors? What would you vend? What would you vend
Worms.
there?
Gotta be worms.
I mean, why? Ooh, entertainment lineup. Frank Lindemood is a storyteller whose bag of tricks include a banjo and a steel guitar.
That can't be real.
Based in Homosassa Springs, Chelsea and Emerson make up well-worn souls. Sing with love of music that shines forth in their repertoire of vintage country.
Huh.
Ooh, it was named for the historic rich Florida community, Coon Bottom Creek. Is
that is
strong vocal harmony, tight instrumentation. They're from Austria. I would go see the Mount Olive number 2 youth choir, not the number 1 youth choir. Mount Olive number 2 youth choir.
Definitely number 2.
Number 1 youth choir is busy. They got stuff going on. But the number 1, they're killing it. Wait, number 2? Whatever. Oh my God. There's a group called 10 Pound Pancake. Bring your dancing shoes and join the headliner music for that night at the Worm Grunters Ball. 10 Pound Pancake.
Are you sure that they have a 10-pound pancake there? Or is this just a name of a thing?
Crendor, I'm going to open this image in a new tab, and I'm going to send you these guys. If there's ever a group of gentlemen who look like they'd be in a band called 10 Pound Pancake, I need you to know it'd be these guys right here.
All right. Oh, my God. That is a group. Yeah, no doubt. That's a 10-pound pancake.
This looks like a group of dads and then their one friend with a beard who never got married.
Oh yeah, and then one of them that like had a phase where he became like a shamanistic person in New Mexico or something. Went on one of those tours we talked about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's literally 2 guys here who definitely are like, I'm in a band so I can get out of the house 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
For sure. I love these guys. I love them.
We gotta listen to some of this music. Fantastic.
Yes, 10 Pound Pancake. It'll make you want to dance. Oh my goodness. All right, well that is the weather, I guess.
That's the weather.
All right, Crendor, what's going on sports?
Sports. NFL season's gonna be starting up next week. Actually, Thursday, first game. It's Cowboys Buccaneers. Football starting. Then we have hockey's gonna be starting up in about a month. Basketball's got about a month. But baseball coming towards the end here. Tampa Bay first place, White Sox first place, the Astros first place, Braves, Brewers, and Dodgers, Giants tied in the West over there. And then the wild card battles happening. You got the Yankees, Red Sox, and the Dodgers and the Giants. Well, one of them's gonna get a wild card, and they'll take on either the Padres or the Reds most likely. And still got a few weeks left of baseball though. It's still trucking along, and that's sports.
All right. What is our weird fact that we probably need to hear?
Our weird fact of the day is... Oh, God, I lost it. Hold on. Which tab do I edit?
That's not good.
Hold on.
It's still good. It's still good.
It's still good. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Now this might throw you for a loop here. All right.
Okay.
What do you think causes the most power outages in America?
Dead birds. Birds.
Yeah, you're getting close. Not quite though.
People. Idiots.
You're still getting pretty close, but not quite.
I don't know.
All right, give one more guess.
Not people. Not birds. Balloons.
Squirrels. The answer is squirrels.
Squirrels, but they're so innocent.
That's what you think. But these squirrels, are the APPA, which is the American Public Power Association, says that the squirrels are the most frequent cause of power outages in the U.S. The APPA even developed a data tracker called the Squirrel Index that analyzes the patterns and timings of squirrels' impact on electrical power systems. Turns out the peak of times of the year for squirrel attacks are from May to June and October to November. Typically, squirrels cause problems
all year, almost all year.
Pretty much all year, yeah. They typically cause problems by tunneling, chewing, just destroying electrical insulation or becoming a current path between electrical conductors. Frankly, the number one threat experienced today by U.S. electrical grid is squirrels, says John C. Inglis. His
name's John C. English. This man is...
No, Inglis. Inglis. Inglis.
That's exactly what, I don't know, like a raccoon in a human suit would say.
That's true.
Squirrels are definitely the number one concern of me, a human.
Oh, yeah. No, that guy's
John
not real.
C. Inglis.
That's definitely a raccoon disguised as human.
This is their plan. The raccoons are just like, and then they'll all be gone. And then all the nuts will be ours, boys.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a raccoon. And that's your fact. That's your fact. It's your weird fact.
Okay, what is our big news story of the day then?
Big news story of the day. Big news story of the day. Woman charged with traveling to Hawaii with fake Ma Derna vaccine card.
Why?
I don't know if you saw this one.
No, I didn't. Why?
So, an unvaccinated woman's attempt to enjoy a Hawaiian vacation unfettered by the state's 10-day quarantine mandate was thwarted by bad spelling. Chloe Mrozak was arrested Saturday at Daniel K. I can't even say it, International Airport in Honolulu on the misdemeanor charge of suspicion of falsified vaccination documents. She's an Illinois resident, great, was vaccinated in Delaware, it's already suspicious, by two National Guard members, also suspicious, identified as CPL Wolf and SSG Monty.
So probably Corporal Wolf and Sergeant Monty, maybe?
Yep, but Sergeant Monty.
Right. It's the sergeant.
They deemed that there are Hawaiian authorities determined from officials in Delaware that there was no record of Mrozak being vaccinated. There's another issue. Moderna, spelled as Ma Derna.
Well, yeah, Ma Derna. Yeah.
Ma Derna.
Ma Derna. Come on down. Ma Derna will give you a shot, all right?
She's just like, no, I really got it from Moderna. There's like some old woman named Ma Derna. She's like, I gave 3 shots this year.
Come on.
I don't know if they work.
Get your shot, youngins.
Despite initial suspicions, Mrozak left the airport. Officials later couldn't find a reservation at the hotel where she said she would be staying, and she didn't list return travel information. Special Agent William Lau of the state Attorney General's office said he tracked down Mrozak by searching social media and found a Facebook account which she described herself as a model. Photo gallery showed Mrozak with a distinctive tattoo on her left hip. Law enforcers spotted a woman with a tattoo at Southwest Airlines counter at the airport and arrested her as she attempted to fly home. After arrest, she told the officer she was vaccinated by her own doctor and paid for the shot.
What?
Even though vaccines are free.
Are free, yeah. This reminds me of, I don't know if you saw this. There was a guy on TikTok. He's one of those dudes who like just reacts to people being idiots, right?
Yeah.
And so he made a post about how there was this woman online who was saying, hey, if you want, I have the hookup on vaccine cards. And then I know a person who I think is in upstate New York can register you in the New York database. All you got to do is pay me $250 and I can give you this vaccine card saying you're fully vaccinated, and then we'll hook you up. And I guess they sold enough, they made $50,000 on it.
Jesus.
But this guy, what he did is he messaged her and was like, I want to help. I want to be a part of this. How can I help you get more people? And then she sent him all the information and he just reported them to the police. And so their entire organization got taken down, and I guess this week they're all going to prison. But people were just like, wait, so there are people sending you $250 for an illegal card that, you know, if you paid more money, you could then have it put into the registry in New York. And again, the vaccine's totally free.
Yeah. And you don't
Mind-blowing to me.
Imagine paying money to not get a thing that's going to help save your life.
If you're going to be a person who's like, I don't take vaccines, at least have the conviction to live with the choice of like, well, that means you're not going to be allowed to do a lot of things. Right? Like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Today I saw a video of a guy who was like, I don't understand why they're trying to make me take this vaccine. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just trying to go and like live my life. And some guy was like, well, dude, when you went to school, they made you take vaccine shots then. That's how you got to go to school. You have to take measles, mumps, and rubella. That's like a thing you had to do to go to school. And the dude was like, no, but that was for like viruses and diseases, bro. And they're two different things. And the guy was like, what? He's like, those were viruses and this is the disease. He's like, no. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I don't know. It's like, you know what? I don't know what I can tell you, my dude. But if you're going to have the conviction, it's like when you read about someone who's like, I don't take viruses. Or I don't take viruses.
I don't take viruses.
Like, I don't take vaccines. I live a healthy life. And then they get sick and end up in the hospital. And they're like, is there anything you can give me? It's like, well, I thought nature healed you, bro. Like, I thought, like, at least live with a conviction. If you're going to, I'm like, jack me up. Fill me with what you got to fill me up with. I'll take all the help I can get. I'm no dummy. Come on.
Yeah. No, it's
very like it's very upsetting. People are like, I got super sick and I realized how wrong I was. Like, bro, you were wrong to begin with. You've always been wrong.
Yeah, it's not, especially this far into it. So don't take any Ma Dernas. She's not gonna give the vaccines.
What do you mean? I got plenty of shots back here.
It's filled with like worms from the Sop Choppy Festival.
Is it supposed to be wriggling? That's how it's good.
No, that's what's killing the virus.
I put the bikinis on them myself.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. Another great, exciting episode.
Yeehaw.
All right. Well, that's it for us. Thank you so much for listening or watching, however you're enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit him with the socials.
We got socials. Go to youtube.com/CoxCrendor Podcast. All one word. You can find all podcasts there, or just look us up on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. We're all over. Also, find us on the animation channel. You can see all of Dan's animations of us that are funnier than the actual podcast over on Cox and Crendor. All one word on YouTube. Then you can head on over to our other stuff. We got youtube.com Jesse Cox, YouTube Crendor, Twitch Jesse Cox, Twitch Crendor, Facebook Jesse Cox, Facebook Crendor, Twitter Jesse Cox, Twitter Crendor, Instagram Notorious Cox, YouTube or Instagram Crendor was taken, and there's probably some other stuff. Patreon Jesse Cox, Patreon Crendor. We're all over, just
Yeah, we're everywhere. There's too much of us.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Thanks so much. We'll see y'all next time, and as always,
Hold on.
I'm holding.
I'm shaking the rhino.
To be continued.